Hey, boys and girls. Happy Monday. Welcome back to our digital classroom. Um, I'm excited to get this week started with you. If you notice, I put up some fun Easter decorations down in my basement classroom. And for these 3 days that we'll be learning this week, it's going to be a lot of fun Easter activities and things. I'm saying we're not having an Easter party in our classroom, but that doesn't mean we can't do fun things this way. So today I am going to do a directed drawing with you, where I'm not going to tell you what it is that we will be drawing. I'm just going to have you get your sheet of paper ready, and I'm going to walk you through step by step what I want you to draw. And then at the end of the video, you'll be able to look at your paper and figure out what it is that we've created together. So to do this activity, you just need a blank sheet of paper. And if you don't have a blank sheet like computer paper or free draw paper, any sheet of paper will do. If you have construction paper, even if you have lined paper, you could even use one of our sheets from last week. If you flip it over, it's got a real nice blank back, so you can use any blank sheet of paper for this activity. And I want you to do it with a pencil, because each of the steps as we go, if you make a mistake, it'll be a lot easier to erase it and fix it if you do it in pencil. And then when you're done doing all the lines in pencil, you can go over it with a black marker or a crayon like we used to trace with Sharpie in the classroom, and then you'll be able to color it when you're done. The cool thing about it being this way is because it's a recording, you can pause it at any minute, and if you make a mistake, pause it, you want to erase and fix it, or you need to back up and rehear a step, you can do all of that. So once you have your paper ready, we can get going. If you need to pause the video right now and go get yourself a pencil and a blank sheet of paper, you can unpause it, and we can get started as soon as you're ready. I'm going to go ahead and make myself smaller. Ta-da! Now I'll just kind of be up in the corner here, so that you can be looking at this bigger picture here. This is my piece of paper. So when you go to draw, I want you to do your paper tall like this. It shouldn't be the wide way, sideways. I want it up and down tall. And I will tell you each of the steps as we go, and you will copy as we go. So the first step, once you have your paper like this, at the bottom of the paper, from one bottom corner to the other bottom corner, I want you to draw a small rainbow. Now, don't make it so small that you can hardly see it at the bottom, but you don't want to go all the way up like an arch. So you're going to start in one corner and just go up and down, kind of like a half circle at the bottom of your paper. So go ahead and do that now. All right, the next thing I want you to do is starting about, say 2 finger spaces down from the top and ending about 1 finger space above the half circle. I want you to draw a giant lowercase t. So about 2 finger spaces down, and then you're going to stop, about a finger space before you get to that half circle. And then you're going to make the T-bar across the top like so. Okay, I've got a little bit of glare on mine, but hopefully you can see that okay. There, that's a little better. La-dee-dee-dee-da. All right. The next thing that I want you to do is at all of the points on your letter T, I want you to draw the letter V. So I'll put a letter V here, a letter V here, a letter V here, and a letter V here. And this one, it's okay if your letter V touches that half circle that we did. That's fine. Okay. I've got a light right above me that's shining down here, kind of putting some glare there. I can try to move it a little bit. I don't know if that's going to help though. Okay, the next thing I want you to do is right in the middle of your letter T, I want you to make an X and make sure that your X crosses through right at the middle of your letter T. So now we've got an X there in the middle. After you've drawn your X, you're going to go around your T and connect from the points on the V to the point on the X. And you're going to do that at every one of these X's and V's. So if you want to pause the video and take your time doing this, or if you're able to keep up with me, then you can just do it as I go. I see a shape starting to form here. How about you? Okay, the next thing that I want you to do at the top of each of those V's, I want you to close it off like you're closing the door. So you're connecting the V's all the way around, all 4 of your V's. So now I think it's starting to look like something that you might recognize, but we're going to keep going. We're not done yet. The next thing I want you to do is in the little corners of the, what I'm now going to call a cross because it no longer looks like a T, in each of these 2 corners you're going to start and then kind of make a circle down like this, almost like you've got a ball behind the cross, okay? So go ahead and do that. And remember, they're all going to look a little bit different because we're all a little bit different, but that's okay. Okay, now the next thing I want you to do, we're going to draw some straight lines. The first straight line, I want you to start right from this point where the circle meets the half circle, and you're going to go straight up until you hit the edge of the paper, and you'll do that on both sides. So now we have 2 straight lines sticking up, coming out of those circles. Okay? And then we're going to go up, about halfway up the circle and do it again. Halfway up the circle, do it again. Okay? Now this next line, we're going to start kind of halfway between this line and that little point where the circle started. And as you draw your line up, you want to make it line up right with the bottom of the cross corner here if you can. So I'm going to go straight up and kind of connect with the corner of the cross as I go. So now I've got these lines kind of sticking out, almost like sun rays from that circle. Okay, then right here in both of the corners on the cross, you're going to go straight up, and then the last thing that we're going to do up here at the top is from each of these corners a little beep, beep. So now we have this cross in front of a circle with a little half moon shape. And now the very last thing I want you to do in your best handwriting, at the bottom here, you're going to write uppercase H, lowercase e, space, lowercase I, lowercase s, and then an uppercase R, lowercase I, S, E, N with an exclamation point. Can anyone tell me what that says? He is risen. Who is risen? Well, Jesus, of course. We know that Easter is coming up in just a few days. And now you have this beautiful Easter cross on a hill with a sunshine and a rainbow behind it. Now, I want you to color that picture any way you want. I'll show you a little sample of one that I colored after I did all of the steps in the drawing, and I made it look like a beautiful sunshine with a rainbow behind it. So now I will leave these steps here for you. Those are each of the steps that we did as we went through and did our directed drawing. So if you want to pause it and take a look at how I did mine, you're welcome to do that. If you want to color it the way that I colored mine, you're welcome to do that. I did rainbow order here: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. You could do any colors for your rainbow. I did my sunshine behind here, a nice bright yellow as the sun's rising up behind the cross. I colored the grass green and then the cross brown. Now we know that Jesus died on that cross to save us. I'm going to make myself bigger again if I can. Ta-da! Here I am. So boys and girls, we know that Jesus died on the cross for us. And last week on our religion test, we wrote about why is it sad, Good Friday. It's sad because Jesus died on the cross. Someone that we love so much died, and that's hard, that's painful. And even though Jesus promised that he was going to rise again, at the time when it happened, there were still people that weren't 100% sure. They wanted it to happen. They believed in Jesus and they loved him, but they were a little scared. What if? What if he doesn't rise again? So Good Friday was sad because they lost one of their best friends and somebody that they loved and trusted. But it was also a very happy day because we now, in the future, we know that 3 days later he does come back to life. He does rise up from that grave. He's no longer dead. He's very much alive. He is risen, we say. And so it's a very happy day because when he died on that cross, that guaranteed that no matter what we do, no matter how many mistakes we make, no matter how many poor choices, no matter how awful things get, we have such a loving God that he is always willing to forgive us. He's always willing to give us another chance. And he wants more than anything one day for us to spend happiness forever with him. And you know we call that heaven. So boys and girls, you made your lovely cross. I'm going to get back to so we can see the crosses that we all drew. You made your lovely cross. Now I want you to take some time and I want you to color that. Do your best coloring on it. Before you hang it up on your wall or on your refrigerator, take a picture of it for me and send it. I can't wait to see it. If I can get all of your pictures turned into me today, I'll make a beautiful collage of all of them, and then I will share that with all of you so you can see all the different unique and wonderful drawings that we did. So take some time right now, get it colored real nice, and then send me a picture of it so that I can see the wonderful job you did. Have fun with this, boys and girls. I will see you again soon.